So it's almost a meme by now that with all the mouse reviews I've done on the channel, I've never had a full, real review of the Logitech G Pro Wireless. It's a glaring omission, honestly, because it's been like an S-tier mouse since the day it dropped. So when Logitech reached out and told me about their program to offer limited edition colorways of this mouse, with all profits going to benefit 3 accessibility charities, Able Gamers, the Abilities Research Center at Mount Sinai, and Special Effect, it seemed like the perfect time to get involved. Now, we've already seen the Pixel, but today, we've got the Ghost. We're gonna check it out. You ready? Let's go! Yo, I'm Brian P. You're watching BadSeed Tech, and today we are finally taking a look at the G Pro Wireless. This is the Ghost Edition from Logitech. Originally launched in August of 2018 and still packing an MSRP of $149.99 US, the G Pro Wireless was a literal game changer when it entered the market. It showed us that a wireless mouse could not only be used for competitive gaming, but could actually win championships. While it challenged a lot about what we thought we knew in terms of battery life and weight, the Hero sensor was lauded for having a 1 millisecond report time and no smoothing, acceleration, or filtering of any kind. In spite of some fierce competition hitting the market since its release, its light-speed wireless tech and accessible shape has managed to hold a top spot, with only Razer's recent hyperspeed releases giving it a run for its money. Fundamentally, we still have the same mouse here, but in the Ghost colorway, which as you can see is primarily white, with the scroll wheel and the bottom plate being black. The glides are also black, but they are PTFE. But the CorePad skates I have on my personal copy do show a better glide, and I think they'd be a great look on this mouse. It's still a matte finish, and I can't really detect any difference in the coating itself versus my OG model. The packaging looks really sharp, and it's still a premium feeling unboxing experience that you normally associate with Logitech's high-end offerings. As for included accessories, the extra buttons and placeholders are of course done in the white finish. The extension, the dongle, and the cable, however, are in black. The cable is rubberized and still with the Trident connected design. At first glance, I thought I wanted to see the cable in white, but it actually kind of sets it off with the scroll wheel being black. I do like that Logitech labels their dongles as well. This is super helpful when you own a few different mice. So we keep the same weight at 80 grams, the same shape, the same great battery life, rated at 48 hours with default lighting and 60 hours with no lighting. Really, the only complaint I've ever heard about the G Pro Wireless is that the 50mm Omrons have a tendency to start double clicking well before their time. So it is important to note that we still do have those same 50mm Omrons in this mouse. Everything feels and sounds nice and crispy though, even the side buttons, which despite being completely removable, still feel really good. But it's interesting that versus some of the other mice we've looked at this year, we do actually have pre and post travel that can change depending on where exactly you land on the trigger, as well as a fair amount of lateral or side-to-side movement. And again, I don't see this impacting gameplay at all. It's just interesting to me because numerous other models from other manufacturers have been scrutinized for this. For what it's worth, any strength or opportunity in the build of the Ghost Edition appears to be identical to the original. It's still what I would class as a small to medium frame. Here it is next to the Razer Viper Ultimate for comparison. Initially, I had dismissed the GPW as a main for me because it felt small, but my grip and my playstyle has changed considerably over the past year. Still, and this is a completely personal thing, I find it tough to get a consistent grip, because my pinky finger wants to anchor somewhere along the outside edge to lock it in, and I don't have a place to do that here versus some of the other shapes that flare out a little wider on the back edge. With a hand measurement of 20.5 by 10.5 centimeters, my finger wants to sit too far forward on the frame, and I just can't get comfortable with it. If when you look at how you hold your mouse, you anchor like that, just be aware. But really, the chances are, if you were interested in trying the G Pro Wireless, you probably have by now. Nothing about my personal grip changes the fact that it's a banger mouse with responsive wireless, solid battery life, decent weight, and those crispy clicks that you might miss if you move to an optical mouse switch. As for this Ghost Edition, it's a really clean, really class colorway that I think is even going to have existing owners of the GPW justifying adding this to their collection. And supporting a cause like this is an easy way to justify that. In case you didn't know, these 3 groups, Able Gamers, the Abilities Research Center at Mount Sinai, and Special Effect, all worked with Logitech to develop what they call the Adaptive Gaming Kit. This is a collection of customizable controls for the Xbox Adaptive Controller that allow gamers with a wide range of needs to continue to game. And all the profits from the sales of these limited editions go to these organizations so they can continue their amazing work. I'll link each of them in the description below. I would really encourage you to check them out and see the difference they're making in the lives of gamers everywhere. So there it is. The G Pro Wireless is still a top tier mouse at the top of 2020. Is it going to be my personal main? Probably not, but it's definitely going to look really good on camera. And for transparency, Logitech was nice enough to send this copy out to me, so I donated $50 to each of these 3 organizations. Thanks for everything you all do over there. Keep up the incredible work. No affiliate links today, but you can find links to all these amazing groups and a link to buy a Ghost Edition for yourself if you'd like to help support this cause and take home a pretty sweet looking mouse in the process. And that's it for this time. I'm Brian P. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that sub button, and until next time, stay up.